welcome to the latest episode of the Sexy Thyroid Solution. I'm your host, Angela Brown. So today I want to discuss with you thyroid hormones and your sex hormones and what the connection is there. First, if you could do me a huge favor, if you're watching this on YouTube, go ahead and subscribe to my page, and then you're going to hit the little bell so that you get a notification every single Thursday when I release a new video. And if you're watching this on Instagram or on Facebook, like this video, share it, tag someone who you think would benefit from this information. That would definitely help me. So let's go ahead and dive in here. This is a topic that I come across pretty often because I see so many females. That's most of my clientele that I currently am seeing. And it's always to do with thyroid function. And a lot of times the sex hormone stuff kind of gets put on the back burner. I see it pretty commonly where it's not really talked about a lot when I have a female come to me and they're saying all these symptoms that connect to a sluggish thyroid, but they've never really had any sort of interaction with their doctor regarding their sex hormones, having them looked at, and even questioning them about certain things that could be a connection there. So the big connection that I see when it comes to thyroid function and your sex hormones is progesterone. So progesterone is a really, really important sex hormone that for females, you have to have it. It is essential. Even when you start approaching menopause, it is one of those hormones that it can wreak havoc on you no matter what age you are when you don't have it. And there is a massive connection to thyroid function and how your thyroid works, especially when you don't have it. So that's what I kind of want to go over with you in a little bit more detail. So the first thing that I want to discuss is how there is this connection. So progesterone enhances your thyroid function, as well as it makes your progesterone receptors. So the receptors basically where the progesterone gets sensitized and comes to basically, it makes them more sensitive. So they kind of feed off of each other. So when one's really screwed up, it can screw up the other thing. So that's why I see such a big connection to progesterone levels. When they're really, really low, you also see a low thyroid, and vice versa. There is a pretty big connection there. So that's why a lot of females that come to me and, when they're having sort of a slow thyroid, it's not god awful, it's not terrible. They might not have some of these symptoms, but when your thyroid is completely bottomed out, it's really, really bad. You feel absolutely hormonal. You feel like you're crazy. You feel like you can't control your emotions and all that. And that's the connection. That's the big connection that I see when it comes to thyroid function and the sex hormones. It is because of progesterone. And I've talked about progesterone before, but it is just such a really, really important hormone for women. So my question is, have you ever had your progesterone levels checked? Do you know what your progesterone levels are? Progesterone levels can be checked via blood. I don't think it's as accurate when it comes to progesterone levels. I actually like to do a Dutch hormone panel, which is the urine test that I do. I find it a little bit more accurate, but I'm still curious. Do you know what your progesterone levels are? Have you ever had them checked? So what does progesterone do besides dealing with the thyroid? Progesterone helps to ease your periods. Again, that's going to make you feel pretty crazy when you don't have a lot of progesterone, and it doesn't help with easing your periods. It helps with your sleep. It helps decrease anxiety. It helps with fluid retention. So those things right there, they will feed off of thyroid, because a lot of people with a slow thyroid have all those things wrong already. So then you throw in low progesterone and you're going to just double whammy it. So that's why it's so important to know and to really look at your sex hormones. If you are doing all the things to try to help your thyroid and it's not going, and you have kind of all those symptoms and they kind of sound like they could be some progesterone, you need to get your progesterone levels checked. Like, there's no question, you have to have them looked at. So what can you do for your progesterone levels short of taking progesterone? I am not a huge fan of just willy-nilly going on progesterone unless you know your levels. And I actually don't even like knowing your levels, like I said earlier, from blood panel. I want to see it from a urine test because it's much more accurate. I can see a pathway, how progesterone breaks down, because it goes into two different pathways. So to me, that's going to be more important than anything when it comes to testing. So I just don't throw someone on progesterone And I'm pretty picky about how you put someone on progesterone if I do put them on it. So what else can you do? Big thing is what you're eating. Your diet is going to be huge for progesterone and helps improve digestion and all that stuff. So if we eat a full variety of foods, good vegetables, fruits, things like that, you're getting a variety of colors. That always can help. Progesterone also really needs things like magnesium, B6, vitamin C, vitamin A, zinc, even vitamin E. It needs a lot of those things. And I always see a pretty big connection with those being kind of bottomed out when your thyroid is sluggish. So that's why, again, that there's another connection there where you need those for both things working. Some other thing to consider is medications. Medications is a huge one. Antidepressants are really good at lowering your progesterone levels. But another one, and women don't like to hear this, is birth control. Birth control is synthetic progesterone. It's not natural. And so it actually ends up lowering your progesterone numbers. So long-term or short-term birth control use can do this. And then start eating healthy fats. So healthy fats meaning olive oil, coconut oil, avocados, avocado oils, even nuts and seeds for some people, maybe even fattier cuts of meats. Those are really, really good for progesterone levels. And then stress. You have to address stress. Getting that stress level down. When stress goes through the roof, it's really, really bad at putting your sex hormones first. It will put sex hormone production on the back burner because your body doesn't really give a crap about what your sex hormones are doing, because essentially sex hormones are for like procreation. So your body's like, you're stressed out. I'm not going to give you the opportunity to even like think about procreating. So they put sex hormones get put on the back burner. So it's not even going to think about that. So you got to get your stress under control. And then again, what's your thyroid doing? You got to check that thyroid. You have to get a full blood panel. You can reach out to me if you need to know what that full blood panel is. I can help you with that, what you need to do for that. If you can't get your doctor to do it, I can also help you with that. I'll have a link below where you can find Let's Get Checked is who I use so that you can have a blood panel at home. It's a finger prick, super easy. But a full thyroid panel is going to be essential for that as well. So if you have any questions, reach out. Again, if you're watching this on YouTube, subscribe to my channel. Hit the little bell so that you get your notifications every single Thursday with my new video. And then if you're watching this on Facebook or Instagram, I would really appreciate it if you could like this and share it and tag someone who needs this information. Again, any questions, let me know. Any other ideas for videos and you want something with that as well, reach out and I will see you in the next one. Bye.